Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Empowerment Network. Thank you for always joining, guys, because if it's just Lily, Brother Keith, and myself, it can be a bit boring. So it makes it worth it because of you. So let's do this together. It's a powerful topic, a topic which calls for recommitment in what we've already been committed to for the past 6, getting to 7 years, depending when you joined this business. And I'm happy to say, Happy New Year to our sister Lily because she is, I think, the newest as of this year on this platform today. So welcome, sis.
Thank you. Thank you, sis, so much. I'm glad to be here. And thanks again to all our viewers. And we are excited to share with you our commitment, which is as strong as ever. Thank you.
Indeed. Thank you. So, Brother Keith and myself, we've already been here for a couple of times. So it's no longer New Year. However, we still need to say hi. So welcome, bro.
Let me say hello to everyone, to the great audience that's there watching us now, and those who are coming. Comfort is always a blessing to be here. Always pleasure, always fun.
Same.
We have a wonderful time because we're in a wonderful company and wonderful dreams are ahead of us. And Lily, of course, I'll tell you, good to have you back with us. And I think it's going to be fun. I'm ready to go.
Same here. I believe it's going to be fun as well, guys. So as you join us, why not go ahead and remember to subscribe if you haven't yet. Share this chat and invite people. Let's see where this topic takes us. So the topic says why we are staying. A few words, about 4 words, but it says a lot. So let's get our sister Lily launch this session for us.
Thank you again, sis, and my brother Keith. And Happy New Year, by the way, to everybody. And this topic where we are saying it's a new year. And I know there are people who are recommitting to things, you start. And I don't usually do all the New Year resolution, all this, but there is a time everyone is supposed to stop and just reflect on what you're doing. Why do you do why you do? You look at the year past, and I read somewhere where it says, don't look back. You're not going that way. But it also says that the only time you should look back is to see how far you have come. So it is necessary to look back every now and then just to see how far you have come. That way you know what to change, what to keep. So, and I look back now, we are talking about on passive here, and I look back through the last year and even as far as where we started. And all I can say is that it's been an encouraging journey. And now I have to reevaluate or evaluate, should I stay? Was it worth it? Or should I quit? Now, when I make a decision to do something personally, I don't put quitting as part of that plan. Nobody starts something so they can quit, especially if you got in that thing. No one forced you to, you saw it from the beginning. So on this passive journey, everyone has their story that they've been telling. And I found out that what we have in common is that there was a reason why everybody joined. And one reason that I am saying there are so many, I have so many reasons why I'm staying on passive. But today I'm just going to share a couple, and Brother Keith and Sister Comfort, I'm sure you'll have a reason why you're staying. But my first reason that really came to my mind is that my dreams, which are the reason why I joined on passive, my why I joined on passive is still alive. And you know what is it also important is that Brother Ash's why, his whys and his dreams why he started on passive are still alive. So, we hear people worry a lot about not seeing Brother Ash and all that. And he has come before and told us that, look, if this was not going anywhere, I would tell you, go back, do what you need to do. But his dreams are still alive, and he is the captain of this ship. So as long as his dreams are alive, I am staying because mine are also alive based on that. If he comes and says, guys, now go do something else, then we'll consider. But he has already said it's do or die. Now, some of my dreams, what are they? Why am I staying? I looked back, I said, why did I join on passive? Well, first of all, I was reading Sister Fumi's book. And I tell you guys, it's amazing because when I read that book, it reinforced some of my whys why I'm in on passive. I have parents. She wrote about her mom. And I'm telling you, I have a mom and dad, and I thank God for that. And her writing about her mom and what happened reminded me that when I joined on passive from the start, I looked back at what my parents have done for me. And on passive is the place I found where I'll be able to thank my parents the way I want to thank them. They are older, and when we are the age we are, our parents are struggling right now, and you want to do something for them. For my mom, carrying water on her head, the pot she used to carry, the gardening she used to do. And I look at her today and I say, I want to do something for my mom. And what On Passive will do for me to do for my mom, my parents. And Ash did say, fill your basket. And some of our baskets actually start with other people, not necessarily personally, but if I'm empowered personally, I'll be able to take my mom and dad and say, look, mom and dad, for all you did for me, I just want to say thank you. Now, are my parents still here? Yes. Can I still help them? Yes. So that why is still there. We were watching something with my daughter one time. It was on a war, one of the countries in Africa. And Sister Comfort, Bro Keith, we saw these children there. They didn't have food. It was in one of the areas that is famine stricken. And these kids had flies all over their eyes, all over their mouth, all over their face. And my daughter asked me a question. Why don't they blow them away? Like, why are they letting those flies? And I told her, I said, baby, these kids, their strength is not there. They don't have food. Is that still going on today? Yes, it is. So my why I joined on passive is still there. So I'm not going to quit because that has not changed. And that's one of the reasons that I joined. A friend passed away, left me 5 kids that she hopes that I will help. She had joined on passive before she passed away. Are those 5 kids still there? Yes, they are. So my why is still there. And for now, I could go on and on. I have a daughter, soon she'll be going to college. Is that still there? Do I want her to have school loans that she cannot pay? And all these things I'm sharing, there are people who can relate. I'm just sharing this, but I know there's someone out there who may or may not know about On Passive, and they have these same needs and passion to help and to make changes. So that's just some of the reasons we stay, is because when your why is still there, then you cannot give up. It's stronger than anything that you can face. Any storms that come, you will be able to change those storms like an eagle does and uses that to fly even higher. And that is what I'm determined to do. So I am staying because my why is there.
God, listen, I just feel, Brother Keith, I need to take a deep breath and let you go first, because sometimes you invite somebody to come and say a thing, they speak your mind. It doesn't stop me from speaking, but I give you the honor first, brother, because I don't know if you're coming to just make me worse after I'm listening to our sister, but I'll let you speak first, then I also have something to share.
You
Go on,
know,
bro.
the song says, "Stay with me tonight, stay, stay." Anyway, so as as you were talking, Lily, as you were talking, I did some reflection, right? And online you hear a lot about different opportunities, different marketing strategies. Some say loophole, and some say secret tunnel, and some say whatever it is to get your attention. And I was thinking about some of those earlier programs that I've been a part of. And one thing I've learned to do is to be a very, I would say, fair and rational and reasonable thinker. Some things is not all bad. You have to discover what's the bad about it and try to avoid it. Now, when I started my journey on this online world and trying different opportunities, I learned some things, how to maybe project my voice more, how to be more confident, how to not be too fussy about being rejected, how to present yourself, how to be on time. And there were some good things about some of those older programs. Some of them have really great products that we can sometimes use today, but there was some missing element. So as I look at what Lily was saying, why am I staying? Why am I here? Well, why not? That's the question. But then I used to hear this thing back then. How big is your why? I mean, is it a little why or is it a big why? So if your why is big enough, if your why is big enough, you ain't going nowhere. In fact, where am I going to go? So when you have a company like this with that kind of vision, when you see it, it's almost like when you get a hold of it, there's something that's called revelation, right? That a lot of us understand. And with the story in the Bible of the prodigal son who lost his way, left his home that had plenty and was in abundance, he decided that he wants to try the good life. So he just said, Daddy, give my money. And so he went to the far country and lived a party, riotous life. All right. His money ran out. So he's trying to make his way back home. But for some reason, he stopped, was embarrassed, and he ended up working for a particular person and was doing a particular job that wasn't supposed to be a part of his lifestyle. There's no way. In a pig pen, feeding pigs, and they got hungry and said, let me take a bite of the corn. I believe it was corn, though. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, at some point, the book says he came to himself. He had a revelation like, wait a minute, my dad has houses and land. He's wealthy. Maybe I should go back home. And so he did. To make a long story short, he was accepted by his dad, went in and he had a feast for him. But the point of the story is that a lot of us have realized that this company, we have had a revelation about this company, and we know that it's nothing like it. We know that it's unique. We know that this is a once in a lifetime. We know it's a paradigm shifting thing going on here. We know it's a new unpassive economy that's about to implode or explode. All right. And so our why has to do with our realization that we're in something massive. And as Lily was saying, if you have a heart to see lives change, because many people don't, many people think it's me, my four, and no more. Me, my four, and no more. They don't think outside the community. They don't think nationally or internationally. And so all they want is to pay their bills and pay their rent and have enough food for themselves. If that's what you are, that's where you are. But a lot of us do have dreams and visions and plans and goals. And so when you meet a company like Unpassive with those things inside of you, those seeds inside of your soul, of course, it's going to be an explosion. It's going to be a call it match made in heaven. And so my why is big enough, and I can even chime in with what Lily was saying. I have kids. I want to see them leave college debt free. I would like to buy him a car before he starts college. He's 16 now. Cash, if you don't mind. All right. I want to get my daughter a car. She just got a license. And so there are things that I want to do for them as a dad, make them happy. There are things I want to do outside the country, inside my country. And so therefore, with this kind of leverage that we have here with Unpassive, we see where it's possible. And so my why is very, very big. And while I'm waiting for this to unfold, I will encourage anyone who is a part of Unpassive to keep yourself busy. Don't just sit around and get, perplexed and perturbed and disturbed and, anxious. It's going to happen in its own time, And I'm going to talk about own time next time I speak on this segment here, because I got something very exciting to share with you guys, because timing is important. So with that said, I yield. Sister Comfort, back to you.
Sure. Wow. Thank you. Thanks, brother. Eve, I would like you to take note your own time down because I'm excited to hear what you have to say. Like, so how it works with unpassive guys. If you are new here, you just want to stay and get involved in this chat, ask us questions. One thing again in common we have is how much we share the same ideas. And I don't know, maybe it's how much we've been the bonding that has brought us together, closer together. We think the same. If my brother Keith just said something, Lily, this is something you said, I think was your first appearance on this platform. You spoke, you appreciated some businesses that you were involved in before today, and you pointed at the missing elements. They were good products, they were good businesses, but that missing element on that one made the businesses look like they were not good businesses. And that missing element, you thought you found it here. There were maybe a list of stuff, but value was one of it, value versus money. You know, so when Eve said this, my mind went to your first appearance here and thought that I should go back to it. This is very important, guys. So, when you come back to our why, I just put up a contribution here from our brethren in the house. My brother or my sister Peters, Yuri Peters says, I'm staying because I believe in our CEO, his vision, mission, and his reason why he is doing this for all of us around the world. And so that is exactly what my sister Lily said earlier on. And in other words, and equally, I think Eve and myself, Keith and myself, what is happening to me with me today, bear with me that I'm calling my brother's name wrong. I apologize. So brother Keith and myself, I think we agree with this, that we are here because Ash is still here, and Ash is still saying, I am here, I'm not going, nothing has changed. We need to hit that top where our ears will explode and people will know our names. Not knowing our names because we rock the beautiful cars, not that we are forbidden to rocking the cars, but because we will change lives, right? So Mr. Ash's why is our why, and our why is because he is still here. Say, hello, I'm still here, I'm not going. That's why he was here on the 24th. That's why he appeared at the OES on the 31st with the words that touched all of us, including my sister Lily. Let's talk about helping others. I have been on this platform for as long as I've been in this business, because when I joined in, I think, July 2020, by August, September, I already made the first video because I could not wait. I was like, if this thing they are saying is true, then I am in. I was never an online person. I was reluctant. But when I listened to a few webinars, I was like, if it's true, that's why I am here. But that's what I've been looking for. Or currently as we speak, there is war in my country. So since 2017, we used to spend hours on Facebook. We would transform ourselves and dress and mask ourselves. I'll show you some of the pictures if you want to see my brother and sister. You will not be able to say this is me because we transform and dress like some elderly, really old people in our communities back home to draw attention so that people will say, what are these ladies doing? Just for somebody to support us with as little as they can afford so that we buy food, we buy stuff and send to our people who are living in bushes. Women deliver babies in bushes and they die because there's no medical attention. Women like you and myself, Lily, they live in the forest. They use grass, moss, fern plants as sanitary towels because they have no access to these things. So I was like, if this is what Ash is promising us, then this is what I am looking for, because I'm tired of dressing funny and I don't get anything much. Thanks to everybody who ever helped us, but it's not going anywhere far because people are struggling. Hundreds and thousands of unaccompanied minors, their parents have disappeared, they are dead, they are wherever they are. It is no fault of theirs. We need to be there for them, Then all of these things, when you think about this why, so why quit? I have a why I joined. The reason why I joined has not stopped. The reason why Mr. Mufara wanted to do this for you and myself has not stopped. So why should I not continue? Why shouldn't I take my hands off the plow? When we are just, every step we move, as every clock ticks, as every second the clock ticks, we are getting closer and closer to the end of that tunnel where it's waiting for us. We're getting closer to the bride. The day they unveil it, they will say it was worth the wait. right? So there is just every reason. We can go on and on and on and on and on. Since you were talking about a friend, I think, who passed away and left children behind. I have a friend who was like a sister to me, right?
Mhm.
She got, yeah, she, where we speak now, she has a mental issues and stuff like that. She's got children too. I can't help her. I can't help her children because I don't have enough, right? But then I think that I need to take care of my friend and then take care of her children 100%. I can't. So why blink? Why look left or right? Why get distracted? Where the only hope, the only solution lies in front of me. I'm already having my hands on it. Why blink? All of those things. We can go on and on and on and on, but I don't want to take hostage of this because I'm just here to coordinate and not to talk more than you guys. So I'll just leave it where it is. Whatever the spirit is ministering, let's share and share freely. And guys, do not forget in the chat, drop your comments, share your thoughts, and let's do this together. So, Sister Lily, please.
Yes, Sister Comfort, you brought the value, and the reason I stay on passive, which we all, I know, I believe we do. You look at what on passive has to offer. Now I call it the two V's. I have my two V's for staying in on passive. And I think as we go with time, those V's may be 3, 4, 5, because on passive is that amazing. So far I have the two V's, which are value and then values with S at the end. Now, it's just amazing. When we just, you reminded me of the first V, Sister Comfort, and Brother Keith, you brought that out too. What on passive has, just look what we're already using, and we've heard this over and over. When I just think of what this value is, you have these products that are coming, Brother Ash. We've used Connect. Personally, I'm one of those who owe Ash because I ran my subscription and then I was using it for an extra few days. So I really owe him. And I got paid. I withdrew. So I'm very right on, as Ash says, do this, do this. I was right there. So I got to withdraw. and that's one reason I really can't live, because to me on passive is not even a faith journey anymore. Like I mentioned, I've lived it. And when you have products like Connect that are costing less but are better products than what we have on the market, easy to use, where my grandma, my aunties back home can use them. And then you're like, wow, why would anyone pay something for something worse somewhere else, pay more? And then, as if that's not enough, you're saving, you can convert it to an income. And whether you use that product or not, as long as you sell or it's sold for you by the company, we know the cut more, you make money. I mean, who does that? Is that still true? Yes, it is. So I'm going to stay for the value that on passive offers. Why? Because I have aunties who can't sell. I have grandmas who can't sell. I have young children in school who are in school, so they don't have time to sell. And all they have to do is come in, and it's affordable to come in. If they can't, I will help them because I am committed to that. And then they can do what they love to do. They can go to school. That is a reason to stay. Who wouldn't want to convert their bills into income? I mean, why would you go anywhere? Why would you leave unless you really have not understood what is going on? But we are here to tell you because we've experienced it. Now, that is the value. Now, values with S, Sister Comfort, Brother Keith, I went to school for almost 20 years. And you go get a job, and then you're with your supervisor and you realize they're asking you to do something that goes against your values. Now, remember, you've done 20 years of schooling. So you come and your supervisor asks you something and you're like, huh? Because there's conflict. You find out that the industry you went to school for, there is a way they do things that's not ethical. Now, on passive values is clean money. And there's nothing as bad as working in a place after 20 years where you're conflicted. You're going home, you're frustrated with what you did. Maybe you didn't stand up for what you wanted to say, and you were in between. You go home, you're upset, then you're frustrated with your family. But really, the problem started at work because you have values that you stand for, and you've realized that for me to do this job to make a living, I have to cut some corners that I'm not comfortable doing. And
Mm.
it becomes a conflict. Did you go to school? Yes. So is that still going on in my industry? If the answer is yes, then my why for staying on passive for its values still stands. So I have the value, which in my language, I know none of you speak it. There's a saying in Swahili. It says chema chajiuza kibaya chajitembeza. That basically says a valuable thing sells itself, but a bad one advertises itself. The value of one passive will sell itself unless you just want to be in a company where you just want to pay for poor quality products and just get charged money you don't have. It doesn't make no sense not to join us. So meaning, even if I had to actually market and sell on passive products, which we have the option that the system will do it for us, I cannot keep quiet. By default, I am going to share. Now, there's nothing as beautiful as sharing something from a perspective of helping people, and your attitude is whether they take it or leave it, I still gain, I still win. And it's very sad when the people turn it down because it's to their benefit. You already won. So there is a different mindset when you're sharing something to help somebody, and from I need you to buy this so I can make a living or I lose my sales. We're not even gonna get it. We are not MLM, like Chris said, we are not MLM, thank God, which is one of the whys. I mean, non-passive. It is not MLM. That alone is just a point on itself. So my V's are right there, and I just want to say we could come from all angles.
Wow.
We're here to stay.
Exactly, Brother Keith. Yeah, our sister was here with her V's. Anna, we would like to hear from you again. Just go on from any
Listen,
angle, like she says.
I like where she ended off because I was thinking on those lines. Because you see, if you look in the medical world, right, doctors, they are constantly getting themselves updated with new information. Those people who are in the computer world, techie world, they're constantly getting themselves updated with new technology. It takes work. They're those who do our taxes. As the years go on, tax law changes. They have to be acquainted with what's going on so they can provide us with the right tax preparation. So imagine you can be a part of a company where it's done for you. Now, let me get to the sweet part of this thing. Let me get to how sweet it is. I did a video recently, and it was titled "Do What You Can Control." Do what you can control. Now, I've been from the world of get three, and if we get three, and three get three. And in my crazy mind, I'm thinking, it sounds good until the first week. That is pathetic. It's madness. So they say, no, I tell you what, let's go two, get two. You get two, and then two get two. I thought that worked. Okay, it's not that many people. No, it doesn't work. And some have the audacity to say, just get one. One get one. And the other leg, there's two legs, and one leg is going all the way down to 1,000, just running wild. But you, sir, just build one leg. Just get one, then get three. It doesn't work because I'm relying on what somebody else needs to do. And even if it's one person, it is that difficult, that's strengthened. And so with Unpassive is saying you don't have to recruit anybody. I mean, that's amazing. You don't have to recruit a single solitary person. They're going to have what I believe, and I have enough information to make that kind of assumption, a way where we can pay for our own traffic. All right. Remember, when you have products as such, as you said, Lily, it sells itself. People move a certain way in our world, and it's just common sense. It's not about whether they like you or not, whether you have curly hair or straight hair, you're black or white. That makes sense to my pocketbook. It makes sense to my dinner every evening. It makes sense to my rent. It makes sense to my car note. So I'm going to do it. And that's one of the passages we're going to do. Like Lily was saying, value and cost. When you master those two things, you have the high value and the low cost. It's a no-brainer. They're going to come flocking. And we're going to hold back the door saying, wait, 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 wait. Hold on, hold on, hold on. You got to slow down here. That's what's going to happen. I'm telling you. And so we just can't wait. Getting back to what Ash said on my birthday, December 24th, y'all, what he said. And just imagine if he came out and said, guys, we're shutting down. Just imagine that. Imagine if he came and said, guys, you know what? We had a stall and I'm so sorry. Because we see that all the time. Except for most of the time when we see these things, we don't see the CEO or the company. They're just gone. They disappear, like Marty would say. Where are they? So having that and having his confidence, his persistence, his fortitude, his determination, of course, that ignites us as well. And it sharpens our faith. And, it just makes us want to go on, knowing that, listen to me, it's a closer thing that's about to happen. And so, yeah, I mean, you think about, what's out there and the alternative. I mean, you can do your research. It's not there. You can't find it. And so we're very lucky, I would say blessed and fortunate to have come across something like this where we can share with others and know that our personal lives will be greatly improved, greatly affected, and we can do so much more for humanity, which is the heart of Ashmefara. He wants us to touch other lives the way he's touching our lives. And it's a great thing, a wonderful thing.
Exactly, exactly. We can go just on and on and on and on, but I just want to say a quick thing before I give you maybe 1 minute each to just say a quick last concluding remark, guys. One of the things that keeps us stay. I know that my brother and sister have already said it, but I just want to repeat, maybe for emphasis, and especially too for people who are joining us who will just find this video either today, the 9th of January 2025, or in the next 25, 30 years, this will still be relevant because Mr. Mufara is just here to uplift to uplift humanity. So if you're looking for that thing, what is the mission and vision of Mr. Mufara? I've not read it anywhere, but when you having been in the journey and listened to the CEO and listened to people from all walks of life come here and speak on other platforms, you come to a conclusion that the vision, what Mr. Mufare has in his mind's eyes, is what? Communities where every household would be able to provide basic needs for themselves. When my auntie down the village can provide for herself and her children, able to send them to school and pay, she knows that tomorrow we'll have 3 square meals without waiting for somebody or waiting for manna to fall from heaven. There is quality of life. There is dignity. There is high. You boost your high self-esteem, and of course, you live even longer and healthier and happier. Just
Yeah.
the fact, because sometimes people give up along the way that it's not worth it. I
Yeah.
am not worthy to be here because I can't fend for my family. I can't help my mom and dad, like my sister Lily was saying. My friend is struggling. I can't help her. What am I doing? So if you think about that, like those of us who come from Africa, Brother Keith, I don't know how it is where you originally come from. When you come from home and you are sitting here like I sit here, people we grew up with together in the same neighborhood, we are brothers and sisters. It doesn't have to do with blood relationship. So I have to take care of mom and dad, my own direct siblings, my step siblings, my cousins, my extended family, and then the whole neighborhood. What if you just walk through every neighbor, every family in your neighborhood, in your community back home, and give an account to every educated child 18 years and above? Say, take this, build a business for your family, build and build and build. Then I have time to concentrate on my own biological children. They have all of me, all of my time, all of my income, such that if my son wants to do his art, he wants to travel all over the world to get inspiration, I concentrate and focus on him because every other person is taken care of. If you think about this, what would distract you? What would make you blink? What would make you just give up? Say, oh my God, I can't wait anymore. Wait anymore for what? How many times
Mhm.
have you seen this happening? So it's just very sweet and very interesting how some of us are so all over the place about this thing because we have an idea of what Ash is seeing from the picture he comes and paints to us here every time he makes an appearance. So, guys, I will just give you the last chance. Say whatever you want to say, and let's let our people go. Sister Lily, please.
Yeah, thank you, Sister Comfort. You make me laugh. You say sometimes people do say that, they are tired of waiting. You know, Brother Ash is doing everything, you know. And I read somewhere where it says, waiting is still an occupation. It's having nothing to wait for. That's terrible. We have something we are waiting for. That's an occupation, whether you know it, whether you like it or not. What are we doing that we are tired of doing? If Brother Ash has not given up taking all that he has taken, then where is our resilience? He's the one who's been beat up, he gets back up. So when we stop being, I say, selfish and consider everything Ash is doing is selfless. So when you actually sit and think, should I complain about the wait, which is an occupation for a brother who is giving me hope and something to wait for? Is it really fair? What should I be doing? You know what I think we should be doing? Let us pray that Brother Ash keeps his why. Because the day he forgets his why, where, well, then we're in trouble. I can say that. He has not forgotten his why. So my prayer every day is when I wake up, Ash still says, I'm going to do it or die. We have seen the evidence. Like I say, we look back only to see where he has brought us from. We remember the Burj Khalifa, the advertisements, commercials that were done there. We remember the last I checked the on passive train station, the name is still there. And when I went to check the RTA to see their values, and we don't know everything, but that is something. That is something that the naming rights are still there. I checked it. I went to another site, the largest innovation center in the world, and on their corporate directory, on passive is listed there. And that blew my mind. It's always the largest. If you check on passive, the train station, it's on the red line. And I check the red line. It's the longest, cleanest, fastest. Great things are still happening. I am here to stay. You should be encouraged. We are not following blindly. I do my research. Hopefully, you do your due diligence, and you will see that we are blessed to be here. It doesn't even make sense to me that this only costs 97 and that anyone who comes, it's going to be very affordable. I mean, we could go on, but no one will be left behind who does not choose to be left behind in on passive. And you have, like, I think it was one of the brothers on the Heroes webinar says, clones of Ash. And I know what he means is people who have the same spirit, willing to help people in their country. So find somebody in your country, find us. Sister Comfort is here. We will help you. All we are saying is we will help you. And if you're willing, you're going to make it. It's that easy. So thank you and see you next time.
Sure. Thank you, sis. So, Brother Keith.
I'll make it quick. I tell you, Lily says it all. I'm telling you, after hearing what you said, this is it right now. But for anyone who has been lingering and wondering about the time, I don't know what to say to you. I mean, I try to be as optimistic as possible and as, like I would say, positive as possible. But there's those folks you really can't save everybody, in their minds. It's a mind thing. You got to know when you know until your being vibrates. The point is that, guys, there are folks right now who are trying so hard in the world right now around us, so many different opportunities, and they're scratching their hair like, when is this going to happen? They are perplexed. They're wondering, when will it change? When will it really happen? And I'm telling you, for those of you who are playing with unpassive and think it's some kind of whatever it is, when these folks wake up and realize that this is out there and something like this is out there, they're going to jump for joy. They're going to like, wait a minute. So I know that we're in a good place. We're in a good space. Like I said, do your due diligence. Nothing wrong with checking things out, but it's at the same time, get busy, get active. If I tell you what I've done within the last 3 years, it'll be another show. But I'm excited to be here, to be with people who are minded and positive, and folks who believe in prayer and having faith and not quitting. It's a great feeling. And so I'm inviting you, the guest who might be watching us, that at least give yourself a chance to get to discover what it is. It'll cost you nothing. Look what we're doing. We're not paying the monthly other ships. We're not paying for websites. We're not paying for autoresponder every month. We're not paying for the captive pages. We're not paying to build anything. We're not paying for staying or playing. We're having fun. And so therefore, we're going to see the best of the best happen soon. And it's going to be a ride of our lives. I'm excited. Circumference is excited. Lily's excited. And you can see all the comments coming in. The love is here. The excitement is here. I'm ready to go to 2025. It's alive. We're going to drive. We're going to strive. And we're going to make it. We'll make it to the end. Glad to be here again, Comfort. Lily, pleasure. I love this. I can't wait to be back here again with some more good stuff. And hey, folks, let's make it happen. It's a great year.
Yes. Yes. It's a great year indeed. Thank you, Sister Lily. Thank you, Brother Keith. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We appreciate all of your support in form of comments. And believe me, this goes a long way, because we will know when it's ready. You know, people who are watching us and just not saying anything, they will show up at some point. That's how you know that you've been doing a good job. Why are we still waiting? We are waiting because nothing has changed. Things are still moving as planned, and things will still happen as planned, and even much better. Let's keep on keeping on, and the end we shall definitely celebrate. Thank you. Love you all, and see you again soon. Bye, guys.
Bye
Thanks.
now. Thank you, guys.
Thanks. Thank
Awesome,
you.
man.
Yeah.